Hey all, Gingerbread Ninja here and welcome to a new video. In this video, we're going to be continuing our series of If Something Happens, the video ends. So today, if I see a flying type, the video ends. So before we get any further, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for the YouTube algorithm, because obviously I can't tell you at the end of the video, so I might as well do it now. While you're at it, follow me on Twitch as I stream 3 times a week over there, and follow my Twitter because I'll post regular updates of when my videos go live. One more thing you all need to know before we get into the team. The rules are, team preview does not count. This is to avoid conflict with the Urshifu forms because I can never tell which one it is for water and dark videos. Water's already been done though, so go check it out if you haven't. The next rule is, I must build my team around what we're trying to avoid. In this case it's the flying type, so I forced myself to use a rock, an ice and an electric type, as you can see on screen right now, because those are the 3 types flying's weak to. And the last rule is, I must always try to win. This is to avoid what feels like it's kinda cheating, because if I just go down to the opponent's first 2 Pokemon, I'm not going to get to see if their back Pokemon have the condition we're trying to avoid. So it's just to stop people from calling me out on cheating when controversial things happen in game. Okay, with all that said, let's get into the team. Starting up, support Nihilego with Focus Sash. Focus Sash is because look at that awful physical defense stat. We're really wanting to survive here, so, just Focus Sash, definitely helpful for that. Beast Boost is the only possible ability we can have, so we get a special attack boost if Power Gem KOs something. Our moves, Power Gem, Rock Tomb, Trick Room, Ally Switch. People are hating me already for this Ally Switch, but that's because we're support, even if we're fast and max special attack. I think it's just fitting to have at least 2 support moves, so we went with 3. Power Gem is going to be Stab Rock because we need a rock type move when we're trying to avoid flying types. Rock Tomb is going to activate our weakness policy on Glastrier and slow it down in the process, which is great considering it's a Trick Room Pokemon. And speaking of Trick Room, we do have Trick Room, which is going to reverse speeds and make Glastrier go first a lot of the time. And for our EVs, you can't really make this Pokemon physically bulky or slow in Trick Room. So I'm just going to stick with the classic max special attack, max speed. We aren't timid, which is the normal nature you see in this thing, but, Trick Room. It's a weird set for trying to set up Trick Room, because if you Trick Room Rock Tomb's going to go after Glastrier when Trick Room's up. So, unusual spread, but, it can definitely pull some clutches if it needs to. Like, we have a Levitator, so Ally Switch, definitely good. But yeah, that's going to be our Nihilego. Now, on to Glastrier. This is weakness policy, as I mentioned when talking about Nihilego proccing it. Chilling Neigh, the only possible ability we can have, and it can snowball really fast. Just being able to get an attack boost every time an opponent gets KO'd, I don't know, kinda broken. It do be DLC sometimes. Protect, because when we have weakness policy activated, some opponents are going to want to target us down as fast as possible. So playing defensive around that, when our partner on the field can play offensive in a turn, can really help. Icicle Crash for Stab Ice move. High Horsepower, that's going to become Max Quake when we Dynamax, raising our special defense. And Close Combat is big damage output, as well as Max Knuckle when we're maxed, raising our physical attack. And for our EV spreads, nothing new here. We are just max HP, max attack with the Brave Nature, and 4 in defense, nothing new really. I'm choosing to invest the 4 in physical defense though, because Max Quake is going to raise our special defense anyway. So it's just to balance it out a bit and get the Max Quake to even. So yeah, Glastrier, overall really good mod, and definitely our Trick Room sweeper on this team. Now on to Assault Vest Rotom Wash. Levitates its ability, of course, that's the only one we can have, yet again. And its moveset, Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, and Dark Pulse. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen this thing Assault Vest at all, really. I'm noticing Citrus Berry's good in it, I think. Safety Goggles as well. So it's kind of interesting when it does have a good offensive move pool. Very few people are running it with Assault Vest. Thunderbolt, Stab Electric, Hydro Pump, Stab Water, and it's the only water move we get as just a form of Rotom. Volt Switch allows us to pivot out of the field, and it's a decent base powered electric move. And Dark Pulse just because I know that this contradicts what I was saying before, but Rotom's special move pool is either Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, Hex, and the 3 moves above. And I think Dark Pulse is the best because when we're Dynamaxed, Max Darkness is going to lower opponent's special defense, and we're a special attacker, so we can definitely make use of that. And it's going to be a standard Rotom EV spread with 252 in HP, because, we need to make this relatively bad stats somewhat usable, and maxing out HP is definitely the way to do that. We're 116 in special attack and modest nature, that's just for a bit more damage output than normal. 20 EVs in special defense, because that's going to put our special defense higher than physical defense, which is already good enough for Assault Vest, but it's also for Porygon 2 to not get a special attack boost from download. And finally, 116 speed, it's average, it's just so we can outspeed some mons that don't typically run speed, like I believe Tapu Fini's running a similar amount of speed at the minute, so we are able to outspeed Fini and get a Thunderbolt onto it, or Volt Switch. Pretty nice offense. So yeah, Rotom all around just relatively good speed, good offenses, rather bulky, so we'll make use of it well. Next up, Ferrothorn with Leftovers Iron Barbs. Iron Barbs just being the better ability it has. Yeah, way better than Anticipation. I've never really used that in my life. Leftovers tends to be the better item on this thing at the minute, because Leftovers combined with Leech Seed is so strong. You heal around 18 to 19% a turn. Kinda strong, especially when Ferrothorn's this bulky. Of course we have Protect, because we don't want any Fire-type Pokemon really trying to target us, so that's just to deal with them. And it's also really useful because Torkoal underspeeds this thing in Trick Room, I think. Oh no, Torkoal's equal speed to this thing. Speed ties are definitely a thing to watch out for with Ferrothorn. Iron Defense and Body Press, the famous strategy by now. It's been around since day one of Gen 8. Make your Pokemon extremely bulky, difficult to take down on the physical side, and then Body Press using your physical defense to calculate damage. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Does a lot of damage. And for our EVs, it's just the common Ferrothorn spread at the minute with 212 in HP, 252 and Relaxed Nature in defense, and just a bit in special defense because, the fire types can threaten us a bit, and most fire types are especially offensive. Now we've got Life Orb, Dragapult, and Clear Body as its ability. This is just your standard offensive Dragapult at the minute with Protect, Phantom Force, Dragon Dart, Fly. Protect, obviously going to protect us. Phantom Force, quite a bit of damage. And it kind of acts as a pseudo protect along with Fly when you use it, as well as it being really strong as a max Phantasm. Dragon Dart, obviously for Dragon Stab, and Fly gets a speed control as max Airstream. Life Orb is going to increase our damage output by a lot as well, and with Clear Body, preventing Intimidate or any form of stat drops happening definitely helps it. And because Life Orb is going to help us do so much damage anyway, I think investing a bit of bulk on this thing is quite fine, and that puts us up to 169 in HP, which is optimal for Life Orb damage. And we are going to be max speed because we kind of want to go as fast as we can with Dragapult and avoid speed ties with other Dragapult. That's really important, because Dragon and Ghost are the only two types in the game that are super effective on themselves. Speed ties are very important for this Pokemon, not gonna lie. And once again, I've pulled out the EV trick with gaining 1 in defense, 1 in special defense, just for a cost of 1 in attack, which I think is worth it sometimes. Some people don't like to do it on offensive Pokemon, and I can see why when Dragapult isn't the bulkiest of things out there, but I do just prefer to use it when I can. Finally, Arcanine with Citrus Berry Intimidate. Citrus Berry is just for reliable healing. Intimidate because Intimidate, probably a top 5 ability in the format right now. Being able to lower opponents' physical attack, really strong, especially with how good the physical attackers are right now. So Arcanine's kind of just a faster, less bulky Incineroar, but I think it can still put in as much work as Incineroar. Sure, you lose the Dark typing, which is kind of bad because, that's a lot of... because having several more resistances with that is kind of nice. But no, Incineroar's kind of generic at the minute. I kind of wanted to change it up, and Arcanine was on the first team I ever built, so, it's got that nostalgia going for me. So Protect is obviously to protect ourselves. Snarl to weaken opponent's special attack. Will-O-Wisp, once again, weaken opponent's physical attack, as well as get some chip damage. And Heat Wave is just going to be for a damaging move, because you kind of want a damaging move on every Pokemon in case it gets taunted. Like I said before, you want this thing to be fast, outspeed a lot of things, like the base 80s. Can't really do much about it. And that benefit of being really fast also allows us to weaken opponents before they move rather than after they move, which is definitely something that's really overlooked about Arcanine. And of course, we do want bulk on a Pokemon like this, where it wants to weaken opponents as much as possible, and allowing it to stay around for so long can really damage your opponent's offenses. So that's why we've got summon HP and defense and special defense. And once again, special defense is higher because Porygon 2. And we do have the remaining EVs in special attack, and we're modest, so we can do quite a bit of damage. And it's spread, which is always nice. And it's definitely different to Incineroar when Incin wants to hit one Pokemon harder than Arcanine hits both. So yeah, just a really solid Pokemon that I think is underused right now. Okay, with the team completely gone through, let's go into the games. Okay then. This is quite the team. Oh no. Okay. So Moltres and Gyarados are both flying. If they bring either, the video is gone. Done. Well, so Moltres, Piloswine, Weezing, Gyarados, Raichu, and Tita. Interesting team, to say the least. Oh, this is so annoying because I really like Ferrothorn, but Moltres just ruins that. I'm thinking Rotom, Nihilego as a lead, and then Glacier, Ferrothorn in the back. Yeah, I'd say Ferrothorn's good. Please don't be it. No!